Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to another video. This is a market analysis video where I'm going to share a few stocks with you. Not few, actually I have 12 stocks, so this is going to be amazing. I'm going to share stocks for intraday trading, so let's get started. First is HDFC Bank. Let me just draw a level over here. As you can see, this is a level, so this looks good for a short trade. Actually, once the stock sustains below this level, you can consider you can take a short trade, and you can consider this as a level. This you can consider as a first target, and for your second target you can use pivot, because we don't have a recent price action level over here. So you can use pivot for your second target, just in case you are planning to go long, because I can also see a trend line over here. Okay, I can also see a trend line over here. So just in case you're planning to go long, I wouldn't suggest you to go long until it sustains above this red candle, above this level. So I can okay, yeah, can you see, it's like a rising wedge, a channel, right? So you can consider this resistance level as your long target, and you can also, like I always say, you can also consider pivot as your target. 1% target is very good for intraday. So this is about HDFC Bank. Moving on to the next one, we have ICICI Bank over here. Okay, so as you can see, ICICI Bank is also at a very crucial support level, guys. Okay, it is at a very crucial support level. Once it breaks down, I can see this as a horizontal level. Okay, once it breaks down this level, and if it sustains here, this can be the target. I'll just check how big this is. Yeah, 1%, 0.9% is good. So, and if you can hold it further, this can be the second target. Okay, so these are the two short targets for ICICI Bank. Just in case you are planning to go long, I wouldn't really suggest a long trade, because I can see a resistance over here, and no, let's only look at this for a short trade. Okay, because I don't see a crucial level after which I can take a long trade, and if it opens gap up and everything, I wouldn't really suggest anyone to take a trade before it breaks this horizontal resistance. Okay, so let's look at ICICI only for a short trade. Once it sustains below this level, a short entry can be taken. This can be considered as your first target, and like I always say, once the stock hits your first target, and if you want to hold it further, make sure to bring your stop loss to break even, just in case it reversals or it takes a pullback. You don't end up in losses, you will end up in break even. Okay, so make sure to bring your stop loss to break even once it hits the first target, and you can hold it till second target, or as much as you want. As like I always say, 1% target for intraday is a very good target. Okay, and try to maintain a risk reward ratio of 1:2, which is amazing. If you can do that, thumbs up, very good. Moving on to the next one, we have Axis Bank. Okay, perfect. So Axis Bank is also at a crucial level. Okay, I wouldn't really suggest anyone to trade at this level before it breaks this support level. Okay, so once it breaks this level and sustains below this, a short entry can be taken, and this looks like a support. I'll just check how big this is. Yeah, 1.2%, perfect for intraday. So as you can see, Axis Bank, it has actually formed a flag and pole pattern. Like, this can be considered as the pole, and this can be considered as the flag. Okay, I'll just draw it properly so that you understand, right? Okay, this can be considered as the pole, and this is the flag. For long, you can take a long entry after it for long you can take an entry once. I'll just remove this so that it's easier for you to understand. For long, you can take an entry once it breaks this trend line, and you can consider this as your long target. Okay, so this is it for Axis Bank, guys. Flag and pole pattern, both side potential. Once it breaks Down this horizontal support, a short entry can be taken and this level can be considered as the target. Once it breaks this trend line, I mean it breaks the flag and pole pattern, a long entry can be taken and this level can be considered as your long target. Okay, moving on to the next one, we have SBI. Okay. uh Trend line again. Okay, a rising wedge, parallel channel, whatever you can call it. Very good. So for this one, in case you're looking for a long trade here, a second. So in case you're looking for a long trade, as you can see, the stock has taken a lower price reaction from the trend line. So once if it opens up and sustains above this level, a long trade can be taken and this can be considered as a target. Okay, this level can be considered as the target, or you can consider the resistance of this trend line as your target as well. If it sustains below this level, okay, but if it sustains below this level, you can consider this as the target. This also, I'll just check how big this is for once. Okay, this is 0.5, 0.6. You can consider this resistance level as your target. Once it breaks down, this looks like a good target. This also looks like a level. Okay, so this too you can be your short target for SBI. As you can see, it's a parallel channel and I can see both side potential. Short side because it is already showing a weak movement, so if it breaks down here, a short entry can be taken and this too can be considered as a target. And for long, just in case it opens up, because it is given a lower price reaction from the trend line, so if it opens above, a long entry can be taken and this can be considered as a first target, and the resistance level of the resistance of the trend line can be considered as your final target. Okay, this is it for State Bank of India. Moving on to the next one, we have IndusInd Bank. We have a lot of banks today. We have IndusInd Bank. Okay, this also looks good. Okay, so as you can see, the stock has fallen, but it has taken a rejection. Just in case it breaks down, we can consider this as a target. This looks like a strong level over here. Okay, I'll just check how big this is. I think this is big. 1.5%. That is okay. That is okay. You can consider this level as your first target. Okay, and this as your second target. For long, I wouldn't suggest you to take an entry before it sustains above this level. As you can see, this is a crucial level. So if once it sustains above this level, a long entry can be taken and you can consider pivot as your target. Okay, you can consider 1 or 2 pivot as your target. Yeah, so this is it for IndusInd as well. It is at a crucial level. If it breaks down, this can be a short entry can be taken and this level can be considered as the first target and this as the second. Once it sustains above this level, you can take a long entry. You can consider pivot as your target. Okay, 2 pivots. Moving on to the next one, we have Reliance over here. Okay, good. So can you see a flag over here? Right, this is a flag and this can be considered as the pole, right? Looks very good actually. This is the flag and pole pattern in Reliance. Okay, I'll just delete it for now. Okay, so as you can see, Reliance has formed a flag and pole pattern. I actually won't recommend anyone to take a long entry. I mean, you can take a long entry after the pattern breakout, but it's really good if you take a long entry above this level. Okay, and you can consider this as your target. I'll just check how big this is. Yeah, 0.8%. And further, if you're looking for a target, we don't have a recent price action level, so you can consider so you can consider pivot as the target. For short, I'll just check with the levels once. Yeah, okay, we have a level over here. For short also, if it falls down and sustains below this level, a short entry can be taken. This can be considered as the first target. Okay, this can be considered as the first target, and this level can be considered as the final target. Okay, for short. So as you can see, Reliance, very simple flag and pole pattern. If it breaks, if it sustains above this level, then only I would suggest to take a long trade. And I have marked a level. Further, if you want to hold more than this, you can consider pivot as the next target. This can be your first target. So once the stock reaches this level, you can simply break your, you can simply make your, you can simply move your stop loss to break even. Once it sustains below this level, you can take a short entry and you can consider this as a first target and this as your second target. Moving on to the next one, we have Tata Power. Okay, okay, again flag and pole, right? This can be considered as the flag and this as the pole. I'll just draw a trend line over here. Okay, and we also see a level over here, a price action level, right? Yeah, so for long, I would suggest you can take an entry once it sustains above this level. Okay, yeah, so once it sustains above this level, a long entry can be taken and pivot can be considered as the target here. Okay, pivot can be considered as the target here. Once the stock reaches this level, you can just simply bring your stop loss to break even because this is a resistance level, and you can consider pivot as a target. Like I said, 1% target is very good for intraday. If this stock takes a resistance from here and breaks this support level over here, a short entry can be taken and this can be considered as the short target. Okay, very simple flag and pole, both set potential. If it sustains above this level, a long entry can be taken and pivot can be considered as the target. This can be considered as a crucial level. So once it breaks this level, you can simply bring your stop loss to break even. Okay, if it goes up here, takes a resistance and then falls down to break this horizontal support, or short entry can be taken and you can consider this as your short target. Moving on to the next one, we have TCS. Okay, okay, so TCS, as you can see, it came down here, it went back up, and it's coming to this horizontal level. What you can do is you can wait. If the stock touches this level and gives a strong bullish sign over here, a long entry can definitely be taken. Okay, and this can be considered as the long target, right? This can be considered as the long target. Once the stock breaks this level, it will once the stock breaks this level, and if it goes up, this will be a double bottom. So for once it gives a bullish sign, a long entry can be taken and this can be considered as the target. But if the stock sustains below this level and if it breaks this level and sustains below this horizontal support, a short trade can be taken. You can consider this level as your target. Okay, I can also see a trend line. No, it's okay. Yeah, so okay, so if the stock falls here, it gives a bullish signal. If it touches the trend line, if you see it taking resistance from it, you can simply bring a stop loss to break even. Okay, so that even just in case it reverses, you don't end up in losses, you'll end up in break even. Okay, moving on to the next one, we have Infosys. Okay, I have previous levels from Infosys also. So okay, Infosys, beautiful trend line. Okay, once the stock breaks this level, once the stock breaks the trend line and sustains above this level, I think a long entry can be easily taken. I'll just check for the target. Perfect, beautiful. This can be considered as your target once the stock sustains above this level. I'll just zoom out to show you something. Okay, TCS is also at a channel. Like you can see, we can draw one more trend line over here. We can jump to maybe 30 minutes. Yes, Can you see? So if the stock breaks down this level, okay, if it breaks down this level and if it sustains below this, if the stock breaks the trend line, if it sustains below this, a short entry can be taken. This can be considered as the first target, this can be considered as the second target. Okay, as you can see, there are so many lines, but this is only for you to understand better. As you can see, Infosys for both side I have given. If it sustains above this level, a long entry can be taken, and this can be considered as the long target. Once the stock breaks this horizontal level, breaks this horizontal support, a short entry can be taken. As you can see, this is actually a level. Okay, so once it sustains below this level, a short entry can be taken, and this can be considered as the first target, and this can be considered as the second target. Moving on to the next one, we have Tata Steel. Okay, Tata Steel, again I see a flag and pole. This is the flag, and this is the pole, and this is the flag. Okay, I'll just draw it and show you the flag, the pole. I mean the pole and the flag. So sorry. Right. So again, I'll just give you the levels. Very good. So a long trade can be taken after the stock sustains above this level, and for target, as I said, you can consider pivot as your target. For short, what you can do is you can wait for the stock to sustain below this level. Once it sustains below this level, a short trade can be taken, and you can consider this as your short target. I'll just check how big this. I think this is very big. No, 1.5% is okay. Is okay. This can be you can consider as a first target, and this is the final target. This is a very big target, by the way, but it's okay. Okay, this is it for Tata Steel, guys. Flag and pole pattern, both side potential. Long trade can be taken once it sustains above this level, and you can consider pivot as a target. Once the stock breaks down this levels and sustains, you can consider this as your target. Okay, moving on to the next one, we have Jubilant Foodworks. Okay, double bottom. I spot a double bottom here. Okay, this is the first bottom, this is the second bottom. As you can see, it has given a strong rejection from this level, and it has formed a hammer pattern. Hammer below a swing, like at the bottom of the swing, is a very bullish signal. Okay, so this you can consider as a bullish signal, and after the stock sustains above this level, okay, if it sustains above this level, a long trade can be taken, and you can simply consider this as your target. Okay, and just in case it breaks this, I don't think I'll look for a short trade in this. No, I won't look for a short trade in this. I'll just look for a long trade. Once the stock sustains above this level, a entry can be taken, a long entry can be taken, and this can be considered as the target. I'll just check how big this is. Perfect, 1.3%. Perfect. Okay, so this can be considered as the long target for Jubilant Foodwork. Moving on to the next one, we have Ultratech Cement. Okay, these are all on 15 minutes time frame, by the way. These are all on 15 minutes time frame. You can check the time frame over here. Okay, just in case I miss out on saying sometimes. Okay, this is a head and shoulder pattern. I'll just draw it and show it to you for your better understanding. This is the shoulder, the head, and the shoulder again. Okay, so yeah, so this is the head and shoulder pattern. Once the stock breaks down this level and sustains below this horizontal level, this you can take a short trade, and this you can consider as the first target. I'll just check. 1% target is enough for intraday. If you want to hold it further, even further, then you can hold it till this level. Okay, but 1% target is enough for intraday. So Ultratech Cement, again for a swing trade. So this is it for the video, guys. Like I said, very simple, nothing complicated, totally based on levels and price action. Like you can see, I have not used any indicators over here. I have given you 12 stocks for trading tomorrow intraday. So I hope you had fun, and if you want any kind of specific video, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll definitely try to make one. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.